There's been some recent changes with regards to work permits, specifically when a labor market opinion needs to be applied for. The recent changes are, just to name a few, are as follows. The labor market opinion, or the LMO, has been reworded or renamed as the labor market impact assessment, also known as the LMIA. In addition, before this change, the temporary foreign worker used to divide this into two categories: the high-skilled workers and the low-skilled workers. And also the positions were located under O, A, or B, which were considered high-skilled, and occupations that were C and D were considered low-skilled. When you apply for these positions, you can know what your occupation falls under, what category it falls under, by simply going to the NOC matrix. And there it will identify if your position is A, B, O, C, or D, and so forth. So you can quickly identify if your position would be considered as high-skilled or low-skilled. Each stream has its own special requirements, so whether it's high-skilled or low-skilled, then the actual requirements, specifically recruitment efforts and so forth, are a little bit different, as well as the prevailing wages and so forth. So the categories now are pretty much like this. The stream for high-skilled occupation could be divided into high-wage workers as well as low-wage workers. And the stream for low-skilled workers can be also divided into high-wage workers or low-wage workers. The high-skilled occupation is still related to the skill set level of O, A, or B, and the low-skilled occupations are still C or D. Now, the reason why we're saying high-wage workers or low-wage workers, it depends on what the employer is willing to pay the candidate. So, for example, currently the positions for the prevailing wage, you have to go on the Service Canada website, and you could see what the prevailing wage is for each province. For example, for Alberta right now, it's $24.23. Now, should this position be a NOC A and the employer decides to pay this candidate $20 instead of the regular $24.23, then you could fill out the application for the stream of high-skilled occupation low-wage worker, because you're paying the applicant below the prevailing wage. So that's why it's kind of divided into those two categories, but then it's subdivided into the high or low wage categories in that as well. Another example would be the prevailing wage for BC currently is $21.79. And let's say this position is a NOC C, and the employer is willing to pay above the prevailing wage. Let's say the employer is paying $25 per hour. Then in that case, it would be considered the stream for low-skilled occupation high-wage worker. And as when you fill out your application form, you have to make sure that the relevant and the applicable application form is chosen, as well as you explain this in a submission or a cover letter to the immigration officer that you're either paying above or below the prevailing wage, and then explain to the officer why you are doing this. Now, a lot of times if you're having a difficulty finding the candidate to fill in the position, a lot of employers decide to entice candidates to apply for the position by increasing the prevailing wage and leaving it on Job Bank Canada for longer than the four-week recruitment requirement that's needed currently. So you can play around with this to entice and inform Service Canada that you are doing everything you possibly can to get Canadians to apply for the position, but you were not able to, and that's why you had to reach out to foreign workers. If you have any questions with regards to labor market impact assessments, please give us a call. We'd be more than happy to address any questions you may have. Thank you, and until next time.